After over a decade of being a CrossFit coach and personal trainer, I ditched the gym for workouts at home. But even for a fitness instructor, working out alone can be tough. So I invite you to work out with me. Welcome back, everyone. My name is Erin. I am your at-home workout buddy. I am your workout anywhere personal trainer, and I am your host here at So Pumped Fitness. We are so pumped that you are joining us today. We've got a 15-minute workout. We're going to do 1 minute of cardio, followed by 12 deadlifts, and then we'll do 8 push-ups. And after each push-up, we're going to do a shoulder tap. So we got something a little bit new for you today. Popping up in the corner of your screen here is the how-to videos. Make sure to watch those videos for all the movements today, and you'll know all your options for the cardio. You'll know how to do a proper deadlift, and you'll know how to do a proper push-up. Now we're going to practice all of these movements after the warm-up, but I really need you to watch those how-to videos so that you know exactly what you're doing. For today's deadlifts, if you have options in the weight, I'd like you to push the weight just a little bit. So we're talking about kind of a moderate weight for the deadlift. Now, if you have just one weighted object that you can use, that's fine. With perfect form, you're just going to push the pace a little bit. If you have options for different weights though, again, I want you to use a little bit of a moderate weight. So for example, here at home, sometimes I deadlift with a paint can or cans of food inside a grocery bag. Today, I think I'm going to use one of my kettlebells, which weighs 25 pounds. Okay, it's time to get warmed up. We got the whole crew here. For today's warm-up, we're putting 5 minutes on the clock, and every 30 seconds, we're going to change the movement. This is so that you can work at your own pace. We'll be showing you the movements that you're doing, but do it at the pace that feels right for you. So we're starting out running in place. I want you just taking light steps as you run in place, pumping the arms from the shoulders, landing lightly on the balls of your feet, and just gently letting your heels touch down each time. We're not smacking our heels down. We're taking deep breaths here, encouraging that air going through our bodies, letting our blood get pumping to our muscles. And this is just our nice, light 5-minute warm-up, just preparing for exercise. So next, we're gonna go leg curl and arm reach. So we're squeezing our hamstrings as we curl our heels up toward our butts, and then we're reaching with the same arm up overhead. Good, big reach of that arm up overhead, stretching out our shoulders. Let's go 10 more seconds here. Good. After this, we're going to go back to running in place. Go for it. We're going to add, though, to our running in place arm circles. Let's take big arm circles backwards. We're keeping our feet moving, and we're shrugging our shoulders up, getting a big range of motion through our shoulders as we do our arm circles. Let's reverse our arm circles, taking them forward now. Good. Keep those feet moving. And we are going to keep our feet moving exactly like they are. The only change we're going to do is arm swings. So now we're taking the arms forward and back. Each time our arms come forward, let's switch the arm that's on top. We're doing our push-ups and our shoulder taps today. So in today's warm-up, we're going to make sure to get our shoulders nice and warmed up, as well as the rest of our bodies. Good, a few more seconds here. Really keep those feet moving. Next up, we're going to knee pull. So we're pulling our knee up toward our chest. We're keeping it alternating. So this is like a high marching motion, pulling that knee up toward our chest so that we get a little bit of a stretch through our glutes, through our lower backs, and through our hamstrings. Keep alternating here. Good. Pulling that knee up toward our chest as high as is comfortable. We've got 3 more seconds, and then we're going to go back to our leg curl and reach. Let's go. So reaching with our arm, again, curling our hamstrings. And we've done this one before, so let's see if we can pick up the pace just a little bit. Maybe we even get a little bit of a squat in. Just a little mini squat as we go side to side. Nice. Good, good. Next up, we're gonna go to our alternating triangle. This is our hamstring stretch. So we're making a triangle, putting one foot slightly in front of the other, hinging down, then standing up again and switching it out. So both legs are straight as we hinge down. We feel that stretch through the backs of our legs, but we're not holding the stretch because this is the warm up. So we're keeping it moving, just going until we feel that stretch in our hamstrings and then standing up and switching it out. This is called dynamic stretches, and it's preparing our body for that high intensity exercise. All right, let's go back to running in place, and we're gonna add those arm swings in again. So again, we've done this movement before. We know what we're doing. We're lightly jogging, landing on the balls of our feet, gently touching our heels down. Maybe we can push the pace with our legs a little bit more. And then we're doing those arm swings, stretching out our chest, stretching out our shoulders. Just a few more seconds here. We have 2 more exercises left in this warm-up. Next one is floor to ceiling. Let's take the feet shoulder width apart. We're squatting down, touching the floor, and then we're reaching up like we're trying to touch the ceiling, and we're gonna keep going there. Touch the floor, touch the ceiling. Move at your own pace. We're warming up that squat motion, pushing our knees out, keeping our chests high, our feet flat every time we touch the floor. Good, give me one more. And then our last exercise for today's warm-up is inchworms. So we're bending our knees, hinging at our hips, placing our hands on the floor, walking forward until we're in our push-up position. And then we're pressing ourselves up and standing up again. Keep going here, hands to the floor, walking yourself out to that push-up position, and then walking your hands back in, standing up. Keep going. Good, good. Let's get another one. And that'll do it for our warm-up today. Good job. Let's practice the movements that we'll do in today's workout. So remember, each round of today's workout starts with 1 minute of cardio. We will start that 1 minute of cardio all together, but then take us all a different amount of time to do our 12 deadlifts and our 8 push-ups with shoulder taps, which means that every subsequent minute of cardio for you is going to land on a different amount of time than it is for me and for Allison. So the clock is going to be up in the corner. Just make sure to keep an eye on the clock. Do your own minute of cardio. We are working at our own pace today. You've got lots of options for that 1 minute of cardio. You've already watched the how-to video, so you know your options. Allison is going to start out running up and down the driveway, and then I'm going to start out demonstrating more stationary options for cardio, such as running in place like we did in the warm-up, jumping jacks, toe taps to my kettlebell, that sort of thing. Remember that you can switch up your cardio options as many times as you want. You can switch it up within the minutes, and then you can switch it up within the workout too, maybe doing a minute of one thing, next minute different, etc., etc. So you're gonna see us doing lots of different types of cardio. After our cardio, we've got our 12 deadlifts. Allison and I are both deadlifting kettlebells today. Since we have one object, that object is going to be in between our legs as we deadlift. If you had 2 objects, they would be 1 in each hand to the outside of your leg. Let's go over those quick 3 things to remember for our deadlifts. Most important thing is abs in strong and keeping your back neutral, which means that here at the bottom of your deadlift, your back is in the exact same shape, neutral shape, as Allison is demonstrating, as it is when you're standing up. We also are keeping our feet flat and we're keeping our knees back so that our shins stay perpendicular to the floor. You can see Allison doing that right now. We'll practice in just a second, but first, let's talk about our push-ups with our shoulder taps. You've watched the how-to video, so you know that you have lots of options for your push-ups as well. You could do them elevated against a wall or a table. We can do them with our knees down, which is how I'm gonna be doing my push-ups, or you can do them full with knees up. We know Allison is a total badass and is probably gonna be doing a lot of her push-ups with her knees up. You do it at the level that is comfortable for you. Real quick, Allison's gonna get into this push-up position. And remember, you are thinking about pulling your shoulder blades down and back so that when you do a push-up, those elbows stay back at a 45-degree angle. Now, today, we're not just doing regular push-ups, we're doing push-ups with shoulder taps. So in other words, our push-ups are going to look like this. We'll do our push-up, and then at the top of the push-up, we go tap, tap. Push up again, tap, tap. Push up, tap, tap. Now that we know the 3 movements that we're doing in today's workout, let's do 2 practice rounds. These practice rounds are still at a warm-up pace. What I'd like to see us do is 15 seconds of cardio of our choice, followed by 4 deadlifts and then 2 push-ups with those shoulder taps. Practice rounds start now. 15 seconds of cardio. And there's 15 seconds. We're gonna grab our deadlift object, 4 deadlifts here. Remember, if you have a small object, it doesn't have to touch the ground each time. We're getting as low as we can while keeping our form correct. Let's come down to the floor. We'll do 2 push-ups with those shoulder taps. So a push-up, and then we're keeping our body as steady as possible while we do those shoulder taps. Good, let's get another 15 seconds of cardio in. Good, all right, back to our deadlift object, 4 deadlifts. Abs in strong. Keeping those knees back the entire time. We're squeezing our hamstrings, squeezing our butts as we stand up. And then 2 push-ups with those shoulder taps. Shoulders are down, away from our ears. Elbows are down and back. Abs in strong. Good. Now we know how the 3 movements in today's workout feel all together. Remember that you are not bound to one option and one option only. Challenge yourself, start out with the most difficult options, but then if you need to, go down in weight, drop down to an easier form of push-up, go to a lower impact of cardio. That is okay. 15 minutes is a long time, and we are here to get the best high-intensity workout that we can get for ourselves. Get ready. All right, it is a new year, a new you, and this is a new workout that is about to get started in 10 seconds. Going in 3, 2, 1, go. Starting with that 1 minute of cardio. I'll let you know when this first minute is done, and then the rest of them, it's up to you to watch that clock. And that first minute is up. Let's go to our 12 deadlifts. Abs in strong, keep the knees back. At this point, you are probably in or getting close to your third round of cardio. Don't be afraid to switch that cardio up. There are low impact versions. A high march where you're swinging those arms and really lifting those knees is still gonna get you that cardio benefit. Benefit is the word I'm looking for, cardio benefit. Switch it up however much you need to. Maybe we do a little side to side, boxer shuffle, keeping the hands up in front of the face. Do whatever feels best for you. Just whatever you do, don't quit. We are coming up on that halfway mark. You are doing awesome. Keep up the good work. Now we have 5 minutes left in this workout. That means that we have already made it 2/3 of the way through. You know you can make it this last 5 minutes. Here we go. Keep pushing. We have 2.5 minutes left. Here we go. Don't let off that gas pedal now. Keep moving. job, everyone. Good push through that 15-minute workout. You have earned yourself a stretch, so don't go anywhere. We're going to start this stretch today with a chest expansion stretch. So you can do this one standing up, sitting down, kneeling. We're going to start out kneeling. You're going to clasp your fingers together behind you, and then if you can, we're squeezing our shoulder blades, lifting our hands from our butts if possible. For some of you, it's not going to be possible, and you might struggle to even clasp your hands together. For some of you, your hands might be way up in the air. We're all a little bit different here. We're just going to take a few more deep breaths here in our chest expansion. And then we're going to go to another chest stretch. This is our twisted cross. So we're coming down all the way onto our mats, onto our stomachs. We're going to take our right arm out to the side, and then we're leveraging our left leg up and over. Now that left foot doesn't have to touch the floor. It can just be dangling in the air like mine is. If your foot does touch the floor, that's fine too. But we should feel a stretch here in the front of our right shoulder and in our right pec a little bit. So this should be a gentle stretch. So we're not forcing anything, we're just relaxing into this stretch. Let's take a few more deep breaths here. Good, and then ease out of that, and we'll just go to the other side of our twisted cross. So now our left arm is out to the side, and we are leveraging our right leg up and over. Let's spend 10 more seconds here. Good, and then ease out of that stretch, and we are going to push ourselves up into a downward facing dog. So we're placing our hands and our feet on the mat, tucking our toes, lifting our butts up into the air. So here in our downward facing dog, we're making an upside down V. Now the first question that I always get is, should my heels be touching the floor? The answer is not necessarily. If you have very flexible hamstrings and calves, your heels might touch the floor, but for most of us they won't. But our heels should be striving toward touching the floor. And when we lift our hips toward the ceiling and we press our heels down, trying to touch the floor with our heels, we should get that nice stretch through the backs of our legs, feeling that stretch through our hamstrings, through our calves. This should feel really nice after all of those deadlifts and cardio that we did today. So let's continue pressing the floor away with our hands, letting our head and neck relax. We're lifting through our hips. And let's actually bicycle out our heels here. So bending one knee at a time and just alternately pressing one heel a little bit closer to the floor. Let's spend 10 more seconds here. Good, and let's ease our knees down. The last thing that we'll do in today's stretch session is come down to our butts, take our legs out in front of us. We're coming to a seated forward fold. So both legs are straight out in front of us. If we have a slight bend in the knees, that's okay. But what we want to do here is hinge forward from our hips. Now we're keeping our chest tall and thinking about pulling our belly buttons forward. We really want to target our hamstrings here for this stretch. So we're going to spend the last minute here in our seated forward fold. Again, keeping our chest up as much as we can. Yep, so our backs stay as flat as possible. But we're thinking about pulling our belly buttons forward, getting that stretch in the backs of the legs. Are you feeling that in the hamstrings? A little bit, okay. If you can
go further down, I feel it.
Cool.
So go further.
So go further if you can, but thinking about hinging from the hips. So making this angle of our hip joint as small as possible, as opposed to just trying to get your nose to touch your knees. If we can touch the toes, that's cool. If not, rest the hands wherever they are. And if you're one of those people that is back here like this, and the best that you can do to get your body forward is to leverage with your hands behind you, that's okay. You're still a good person. We are all built differently. And we're just ending this stretch with a nice little hamstring stretch, whatever that means for you. We've got 5 more seconds here. Take another deep breath. And good. Let's ease out of that. And that'll do it for today. Thank you so much for joining Allison and I in today's workout. Please make sure to leave us a comment. We are really happy when comments are left in the workouts. Give us a little thumbs up. And if you're enjoying these workouts, the best way that you can show us love is to share with the friends and family. We'll see you next time. Oh, my body hurts. Oh, I'm dying.